Super Bowl 56. And this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Rams and the Bengals, and it's coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions, the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaudin joined by my good friend Charles Davis. And Charles, it was maybe the most unlikely Super Bowl run we've seen in a long time. What a story. The Bengals had not won a playoff game since January of 1991. 4-11-1 last year, 2-14 the season before that. Bottom line, though, here they are, the AFC champs.
And Brandon, this is one of the more remarkable turnarounds in NFL history in recent years. In fact, most of the guys on this team weren't even born the last time they won a playoff game. Although, not that long ago, they had a stretch where they were in the playoffs seemingly every year, but couldn't win a playoff game. Now they've gotten that done. They're back in the Super Bowl. And remember, 2 Super Bowl appearances in their history. Number 16 and 23. Unfortunately, both times they ran into Joe Montana and the San Francisco 49ers.
Meanwhile, the LA Rams, they are back in the Super Bowl for the second time in 4 years. Remember, they lost Super Bowl 53 to the Patriots in Atlanta 13-3. But here they are trying to be the second team in 2 years after Tampa Bay last year to win the Super Bowl in their home stadium.
And we go back to that Super Bowl loss to the Patriots, and remember, they were an offensive juggernaut at that time. It only put up 3 points in that game. And they have been a little bit of a tough team to pin down over the last few years. They've had their shares of ups and downs, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But they've always had that great defense, and they're looking to ride that crew to a Super Bowl crown.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford will dump this off to Akers. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On 3rd down, Burrow. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got.
And got his man, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase with a first touchdown of the Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Bengals are on the board first here in the Super Bowl. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Stafford. The Bengal pressure gets him that time, down he goes. Trey Hendrickson, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Back to throw, Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And he stopped immediately there. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 10. Nixon will try the right side. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
Burrow looking to pass. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. But nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A handoff to Mixon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Burrow will throw. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Bengals continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now Stafford. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. B.J. Hill. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. From the gun, here's Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On third down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fielded just inside the 20. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And the rushing numbers should tell the story of why they trail at the half. They're still in single digits in yardage as a team through 2 quarters of play. That's not good. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bengals drive about to get going.
But I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
On third down, Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon.
63 yards.
And the Bengals are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. The CD, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
Yeah, he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on next-gen stats. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the
a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
Well, it reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. That's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
His second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Bengals are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 28-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. L.A. readies for its next possession.
And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. B.J. Hill able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Stafford going to give to Akers on the draw.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
And this will be taken at the 13. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there, give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back. And essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys. And that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far.
Mixon with a first down and more. Stiff-armed him. And down to the 7-yard line. 147 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Joe Mixon,
his second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Bengals are starting to pour it on at the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. McPherson on for the point after.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Well, that'll be caught by Cup. The 30, the 20, and they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there on the catch and run. Here's Stafford. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And Gay knocks this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. And he's got a Bengals first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now Joe Mixon. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Now it's Burrow.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And Stafford's going to be taken down. That's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player or broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No, I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, I was calling college football. I saw a game that, you know, team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominating and kicking around a team who have been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mixon. Breaks the tackle, now Allen. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. My goodness, 235 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's a give to Mixon. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Well, they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been... And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Sam Hubbard in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Bengal Nation rejoice. Cincinnati has given you the Super Bowl title. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.